One of the reasons I've been a longtime patient at Tupelo Smiles is they're very sensitive of my time. When I come into the office, I'm always ushered right in the back and they start serving my needs that day. They always take care of the patient.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 5.
Well, so far so good, right? Especially when it comes to those rain chances. We've remained in the clear, but that severe weather threat is not out of the picture just yet. Hello and welcome into Mississippi Live Weather at 5. I'm meteorologist Gabe Maynard, live from the Room to Room Weather Center, where we are tracking a busy next 24 to 36 hours as that cold front inches closer and closer. So strong storms possible tonight. We'll be tracking that with the latest model runs, and of course, we expect the best threat, or should I say the highest threat, to be for our Wednesday, primarily Wednesday afternoon and evening. Again, we'll be tracking all of that in detail here in just a few moments. But before we get into that, I do want to let you guys know that Matt is live with the Pink Ladies and Pearls, joining us out in the field right now with the latest look at the forecast, but latest look at the event. So, Matt, I know you've been having a fun time over there out with the Pink Ladies and Pearls. So just kind of tell us a little bit about that event, and then we can get into the forecast a little bit more.
Well, so we're getting prepared for that event. That event is actually not 2 days from now, Tuesday, but it starts at 4 p.m. a week from Thursday. So I guess 2 days from now would actually be Thursday here. And it's, as we roll into, of course, what is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, an opportunity to try to bring awareness to other types of cancers. And so the folks here at Room to Room in Tupelo are going to be hosting their Pink Ladies and Pearls event as part of their Kissing Cancer Goodbye overall initiative here. It's an opportunity to of course, try to fight cancer and to fight all different types of cancer. There's a reason why I'm wearing pink and the way that will figure in, and we will talk to Miss Lisa Hawkins with Room to Room here in a minute about that. That's where I'm at this afternoon. But I want to come outside here on the weather end that you mentioned just a moment ago. There, you can see the mix cloud that we there behind. I got off Wi-Fi, so we'll stand in the doorway, let just a little bit of our air conditioning out. But you can see there, Gabe, of course, that mix of clouds. We've had no severe weather associated with that at this point here. Most of that has been up to the north of us, but we do have a threat later on tonight, and we do not expect it to be a tornado threat. We're looking in more detail at the positioning of that, but Gabe, it does look like overnight is when that peak threat for some stronger storms will begin, and obviously we have some chances to extend into tomorrow as well.
For sure. And we don't expect anything with you being over there in Tupelo, so you're safe over there at Room to Room. But we'll be touching base with you here shortly, a little bit more about that event and hopefully getting that interview with Lisa here in just a couple of minutes. So have fun out there. We'll see you here shortly.
Thank you. See you in a minute.
All right, so back here in the studio, what Matt was talking about was that overnight threat, and we have that exactly panned out for the first 12. 10% chances as we get towards 6 o'clock. Very little rainfall possible as we get into the start of our overnight hours. But watch how that changes by 3, 4, 5, and 6 a.m. 30% coverage moving in place, so scattered showers and thunderstorms starting to play more of an effect in our area. But that's setting the scene for what should be a soggy Wednesday and the potential for more inclement weather by the time we get towards our Wednesday. So far, our severe weather outlook for our Tuesday, if you notice right here, that level 1 threat from Oxford all the way north there towards Corinth and all the way southwest towards Cleveland. But you might notice that we're not exactly in that bullseye. I'm actually going to expand this out one scan right there, and you can see that that bullseye where we expect the most inclement weather, the most reports for inclement weather, will be towards Fort Smith, Fayetteville, basically that northwest Arkansas, southwest Missouri, and eastern Oklahoma area. That's that level 3 risk that was upgraded overnight. Level 2 extending just outside of the Memphis area, and then of course that level 1 encompassing a large portion of us. So far, you can see several of those severe thunderstorm warnings that have been issued in several flash flooding concerns as a result of all of that rainfall and all that activity. But so far here in North Mississippi, we've been on the clear side. Still at 5 o'clock on our Mississippi Live Weather radar. No sign of rainfall to report so far, and the closest that we're getting is right around that Jackson, Tennessee area. And as you notice with that report, they've gotten quite a bit of rainfall. Looking out of that Memphis radar site, website. I do want to change it over there because that gets us a better view of what's to come into our area, into those overnight hours, and even that threat. By the time this really extends southward and southeastward, I mean, we're looking at several hours before those effects are felt. So that 10%, it's not even a high 10%. I mean, we're still low confidence on that actually verifying, but our best chances overnight, we are confident that those will start to move into those really early morning hours or really late hours, however you want to look at that, but basically those AM hours when it's still dark on our Wednesday. So let's get into that here real quick with our surface analysis. I want to show you where that front is currently placed, and if we expand this out just ever so slightly, let me see if it'll work. I don't know if we'll be expanding it out, but we can travel over there. Well, at least, well, let's go to the next scan and we can kind of get an idea of where that's taking place. So basically what we have is a cold front that's inching closer and closer to North Mississippi as we head into that Tuesday evening and Wednesday morning hours. I mean, right now on southeast Oklahoma and right on the cusp of northwest Arkansas, you ask, Gabe, why is the severe weather threat highest there towards northwest Arkansas? Well, look at time of day. It's about 5 o'clock right now, so that peak heating has already taken place. And we have that lifting mechanism of that low right over the top of northwest Arkansas and southwest Missouri. So that interaction together is enough to produce some strong storms and maybe even some tornadic storms. Now that's, again, northwest Arkansas, not going to be the case for North Mississippi because we're just not expected to have the right parameters in place, fortunately, to produce any tornadic weather. There still could be some supercells producing some hail as well as some of those strong wind gusts. That's our main concerns as we get into our Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. You can see right here that front really chugging along there through Arkansas and into North Mississippi as we get into that early Wednesday morning threshold. And there's your limited chances, but really starting to become a little bit more significant of a threat for at least rainfall that could produce some severe storms by 8 a.m. there in the Mississippi Delta. That front, as close as it gets, will be where the best chances for rainfall will be. So the next 24, you might notice 30%, 20 to 30% coverage for the start of our Wednesday. But moving into that afternoon time frame, we're talking 50 to 60% during that peak coverage, 40 to 50% still lingering there as we wrap up the day. So it's going to be an eventful Wednesday altogether, starting during the dark and ending after dark once again. So it's going to be that dark to dark time frame. We'll walk through more detail on that timing here coming up on Mississippi Live Weather at 5. In the next 60, we're also going to touch base with Chief Meteorologist Matt Lobhon out in the field at Room to Room. I'm in the Room to Room Weather Center. He's at the real Room to Room, and he'll have more information on those Pink Ladies and Pearls. Getting an interview with Miss Lisa. We're excited to hear from her about more on the event, and we hope that you guys can join us next week as that event takes place. But join us here in the next 60, and you'll hear more details on what to expect.
Up here's where your biggest risks hide: leaks, mold, and expensive damage. Most commercial roofs fail slowly until they fail big. Why rip it off when you can restore it? Our silicone coatings stop leaks, prevent mold, and extend your roof life without the high replacement cost. It's a 30-year watertight roof, energy efficient, leak-free, and half the cost of replacement. And it's backed by GE's manufacturer warranties. Facility managers love this. No disruption, no tear-off, and long-term protection for your property. Trust Absolute Restoration for your commercial roof.
Growing up, Gabe was naturally curious. When he began to discover weather, Gabe just didn't want to know what was happening, but he wanted to know why it was happening. Gabe became fascinated with tornadoes, and it impacted his life. He wanted to pursue a career in meteorology. Even though Gabe grew up in Alabama, Mississippi has now become his home and his family. And one thing about Gabe is he keeps his family safe.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Gabe Maynor.
Well, welcome back into Mississippi Live Weather at 5. We're taking a live look outside in Batesville where conditions are toasty, 90 degrees, and this is actually in that level 1 threshold. So we are watching those severe weather parameters, one of those being the dew point, currently around 70 degrees. So allowing for some of those ingredients to take place to maybe initiate some strong storms overnight and into the start of our Wednesday. Batesville, not the only one. We're also getting a live look there in the Greenville area where we're seeing those conditions take place as well. Well, maybe getting a look in Greenville. Possibly. Oh, sorry, Cleveland. That's what I put in. Cleveland, 93 degrees, dew point around 72. So that's what we mean. Those dew points, the higher they get, the more likely we are going to interact with that cold front and allow for some inclement weather to take place. We'll have more details on that here in just a moment. I'm going to change it over here real quick because our Chief Meteorologist, Matt Lobhon, joining us live from room to room with more on the Pink Ladies and Pearls. Matt, I know that you have been there all afternoon enjoying an exciting time. Do you have Miss Lisa? That's the golden question.
Well, I do have Miss Lisa here from room to room. We will talk with her in just a second. You know, we mentioned Pink Ladies and Pearls. Probably one of the, I guess, most well-known types of cancer is breast cancer, and October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. That's part of where the pink comes from here. And these pumpkins that you see, they have on display when you come right in here to the main entryway of room to room, have names on them, names of breast cancer cancer survivors around the region. So just a reminder that, of course, this is something that impacts people of all different ages, all different backgrounds. And it's not just breast cancer, it's all different types of cancer. And so what we're here doing, the reason we're here is because they are going to have their Kiss Cancer Goodbye fundraiser. And, you know, this is something, Miss Lisa Hawkins here with Room to Room, that is obviously important. You know, it affects the family, the folks here, your work family, but it affects, you know, all sorts of, you know, families as well. And, you know, I know as a nurse, it's something near and dear to your heart.
It is, and it doesn't affect just adults. You know, we've been great supporters of St. Jude for a number of years, and we love all the children that we have been able to serve and help, and adults. But we really want to make a difference and make it easier for people as they're going through treatment by supplying the things that they need. Not everyone is as blessed as we are, Matt.
Yeah.
And insurance for folks going through cancer, sometimes they can't afford their nausea medicines. Sometimes they can't afford to insure to keep, you know, their body weight up during cancer treatments. And I think most every family out there has been affected by some type of cancer.
So what are you guys doing here? So what is this event? You know, for someone who's just now tuning in, what do we got?
Okay, Pink Ladies and Pearls. I got on my pink.
I got my pink as well.
So you got your pink on for guys, girls. But we're going to just have a party.
Okay.
We're going to have a party. You can donate through the QR code here that you'll see, and you'll be sharing that.
Yes.
But that'll be your entrance into the fun party, whether it's 50 cents, $1, $20, whatever you can donate. That way, we're going to be matching. We're going to matching the money. It'll go on the whole month of October. But the big kickoff is October 2nd. That's this coming Thursday, next Thursday night from 4 to 7. And we're going to have a wing ding party.
Okay.
We're going to have all our new, you know what a wing ding is. Yeah.
Help me here.
Okay, it's going to be a fun event.
Oh, okay. Fun event. Okay, got it.
Yeah. And we're going to have all new Peter's pottery. It'll give you first opportunity to shop that. We're going to have a huge charcuterie, beautiful grazing table,
And I got
drinks.
my first one of these
Yes,
for my
you did.
wife. You might want to think about it for yours, because look what this says right there. You see what she's doing? She is giving away a real Louis.
A real Louis.
And
I believe you me, a real Louis. And we're going to sell $5 raffle tickets for the whole month also.
yeah,
So
stick
we're
mine
going to
here.
put you in there. Okay.
Okay.
But we're going to kick it all off on Thursday night. But we want girlfriends to come out, wives and husbands to come
I was
out.
gonna say it's
And-
not just for sure. There's
No.
special things if you wear pink, right?
Yes. And if you bring a group, like if you got a ladies group of 5 or more, the first group comes in, they're going to get something special.
Okay.
We're going to do giveaways when you take pictures
On this
our-
couch.
Can you
Hold
tell that it's
I think.
a,
Hold on. I'm gonna back it off there. There we can
Okay.
see it. It's a pink couch.
it's
as
a
you can see.
lip. Let
Oh,
me
it
get out of
is?
the way too.
Oh, see, that's one of those great. I would say Easter,
Yeah.
not that time of year, but yeah,
Yes.
it looks like a pair of lips. And so
It's a pair of lips.
if you come in here, sit like this, and snap a picture.
Yeah.
Well, technically, this is an advanced selfie stick there.
Yes.
What do we do with that? Do we tag
Post
y'all?
it. Yep. Tag us. Put it on your Facebook page. Share with folks so they know what all we've got going on. and somebody's going to win a spa trip over to Florence, a night stay
Oh,
or two.
that sounds amazing.
And you can also take a picture over at our friends Brooks Grocery.
Okay.
They're partnering with us. We love our friends at Brooks. And Lisa, Brooks's wife, she's a breast cancer survivor too. So
It just affects so many people.
affects so many people.
And so it's not just, of course, breast cancer. It's all types of cancer.
That's right.
So come out to support this cause. A huge fundraiser you guys do every year.
Yes.
It is next week. It is October 4th, 2nd. It's Thursday. It's not
Thursday.
2 days from now, Thursday. It's Thursday after that, Gabe. If you can pop up that that graphic there. And
There it is.
you got to flip
There
it.
it is.
You got to flip it.
Oh,
There we go.
already can't see.
Let's see, just in time there. There we are.
Pink
Thursday,
ladies.
October 2nd, 4 p.m. when it kicks off there. Of course, out here at Room to Room at 3651 Cliff Gookin Boulevard. We didn't mention the charcuterie
Oh, it's
Oh,
and
man.
the pink drinks
and the Peter's
it's-
Pottery.
and the Peter's.
Oh my
Pottery.
goodness.
Yeah,
Husbands,
all the goodies.
you guys out there, it's probably what she wants. You'll get the first look at that coming up next week as well. They're still putting together the display.
Oh, yes, they're adding.
There.
Peter has been great, and he sent us a big load.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So again, as you saw that QR code there, I'm gonna hold this up one more time. If you want to snap a picture of that there on the screen, it'll kind of show up for you. But yeah, that's how you can get your reservation here
Yep.
for
Or donate.
or donate.
Donate the whole month,
Mhm.
and I'm going to match it up to $5,000.
That it's just
Yeah.
incredible because that's not something you have to do. But I know that you care so much for
But
people. So.
the Healthcare Foundation here in North Mississippi provides transportation. Sometimes we've provided beds for people that have been sleeping on the floor, that are battling cancer, sleeping on the floor. So we are blessed. So it's our job, Matt, to be a blessing to others, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's right.
That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed
That's
to
right.
pass it on.
That's
So.
right.
We're here at Room to Room today, but of course it is a week from Thursday on the 2nd.
On the
I
second.
got my even numbers correct this time. That it is the Pink Lady and Pearls Kiss Cancer Goodbye event.
That's right.
So, of course,
Wear your pink. If you don't have pink, I'll give you some pink when you come in.
yeah,
And
she's
we're going to recognize breast cancer survivors too with
that's
some
it.
special things. So we'd love to have fun at Room to Room.
You guys do so much and truly
Yeah.
care about the community. So, Gabe, I'm going to send it back to you there in the Room to Room Weather Center. Again, thank you so much for supporting us here at Mississippi Live Weather.
Thank
It
you
makes
for keeping us alive during difficult times.
well, and
Yeah.
I mean, your support will allow us to do that hopefully for a long time to come.
So,
Okay, Gabe, we'll send it back to you there in the studio. And I know, of course, one of the things that you're tracking there, that chance for storms that's coming, of course, tonight and into tomorrow, right?
Yeah, Matt, exactly. And I do want to say you guys are having fun in Room to Room. I'm having fun in the Room to Room Weather Center. So what can we say? Room to Room, just a combination for fun and success. And so excited for that event come October 2nd. So make sure to head out there, get your raffle tickets, and make your wife a happy gal, of course, with those raffles. But it will only be one, but you never know. You might get lucky that day. But looking on Mississippi Live Weather Radar, what we're tracking right now is dry conditions across North Mississippi. I mean, as you can see, not a drop in the sky, but I am going to change these radar sites real quick over to Memphis. Why? Well, you see behind me, all of the action basically taking place north of I-40. I mean, that's basically where the extent is right now, where that frontal boundary is, but that is inching closer and closer to North Mississippi. And as we saw with a few of our North Mississippi Storm Chaser cameras, the elements are in place, especially out west, to see some possible inclement weather. I mean, dew point 70 to 72 degrees. That's really all you need with that lifting mechanism to allow some of those storms to strengthen and produce some strong wind gusts and large hail. Again, that's the two threats we're watching. We're not necessarily seeing a tornadic threat, but we're definitely going to be seeing the possibility of a few severe thunderstorms. Now, what we're seeing right now in Arkansas, giving us an idea of what to expect. Well, you do see several severe thunderstorm warnings being issued all across that leading edge. That leading edge of the front is going to be our biggest severe weather provider, but some of those isolated showers and storms out ahead of that, that can have some severe weather as well. As we look at this one near Parsons, Tennessee, severe thunderstorm warning attached to it, and even some flooding threats as well as torrential rainfall has basically stuck along the same area all afternoon long. But I want to get back on Arkansas for one more second, trust me, and then we'll be done with Arkansas. Because what they have right now is a tornado watch in effect. And I know folks are seeing that and getting a little bit nervous because they think that tornado watch is transitioning to North Mississippi. Again, I said it at the beginning, we're not expecting tornadic weather here in North Mississippi. The elements are just completely different, and they're in a much more unstable environment that's allowing these storms to initiate and build. That's not exactly what we have in North Mississippi. So where that is going to be in place is, of course, northwest Arkansas and eastern Oklahoma. And you can really see that based off of that day 1 risk area, that level 3 risk, including Fort Smith, there towards Fayetteville and Muskogee. That's basically the level 3. That level 3 area is the tornadic threat that we are watching. Level 2 threat could also have some tornadic weather with it. Again, this isn't exactly a high tornado environment or a high tornado situation. This is going to be one that primarily similar to your summer storms where we're getting those hail and wind reports. But that level 2 threat extending all the way to the Memphis area, just on the outskirts, and that's where we get into that level 1 threat. And that's what encompasses about half of our viewing area in North Mississippi, from Cleveland to Oxford, all the way up there towards Corinth. And of course, that is going to transition further south and east into our Wednesday. As you can see right here, level 1 threat for the entirety of North Mississippi. I had to get that tornado watch off of there because we are not under one and we don't expect to be under one. But that level 1 threat is for Wednesday, and expanding things out, you can kind of see that entire line that's going to be moving along with that cold front is what's going to have that level 1 threat with it. So I would not be surprised tomorrow afternoon if maybe a severe thunderstorm watch got issued because of that possibility of inclement weather. But as of right now, luckily staying under the tornadic threat. We're not expecting that here in North Mississippi. So that's the good thing we can take with this forecast. But let's go ahead and time that out in the long run. This is going to be for your Tuesday evening and into your Wednesday morning. As you can see, dry conditions continue to prevail, but that southerly wind really driving in that Gulf moisture, and that's what's allowing those dew points to climb ever so slightly into those lower 70s, which is enough to allow these storms to really strengthen. Just again, and destabilizing that environment for our storms that move in overnight. 9 p.m., some isolated activity. Nothing severe expected out of those, but let's go ahead and head overnight and into the start of our Wednesday morning. And I say Wednesday morning lightly. This is going to be about 2 or 3 a.m. Those storms starting to move there towards Stuttgart, West Helena, and Mariana. That, of course, moving across the Mississippi River with some light showers possible. But we are starting to see isolated activity all the way east there along Highway 45 by 5:30. I'm not expecting any severe weather with this because the timing of the day also does matter in this situation. The fact we're at 5:30 in the morning means that we are the coolest temperatures will be all day. And that's just not exactly setting it up with that daytime heating for these storms to initiate because it needs a little bit of that heat to really get going. So 5:30 on your Wednesday morning, basically dealing with those pop-up showers and storms, but I think we're staying below severe limits for the start of our Wednesday. Temperature-wise, this is about how mild it'll be for the rest of our week. We're talking about low 70s across the region with you can see the areas that are getting the moisture, 74 Greenwood, 74 Cleveland, and 73 around Clarksdale. But let's get into our Wednesday because Wednesday is the day to pay attention to. As you can see, that level 1 threat for portions along I-22 and I-55, that intersection right there. But then we get into our Wednesday where some of that development really increases for severe weather. I mean, some of those isolated showers already starting to build there towards Highway 45, and that's of course going to have the potential to produce a severe thunderstorm right there, moving through Monroe County by 7 and 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. But there's your front that's really going to initialize that stronger potential. So that's going to be 9, 10 o'clock right across the Mississippi River towards Clarksdale, Shelby, and West Helena. So could be seeing severe thunderstorms by that time. Noontime, that isolated activity continues to develop Water Valley, Oxford, Grenada, and out there towards Sunflower County. That's going to be noon on your Wednesday. Let's keep that threat going. This is going to be into your early afternoon, and that line continues to progress there towards Calhoun County and as far east as Pontotoc and Union. Some of that isolated activity, unfortunately, lining up around 2 and 3 o'clock there towards Alcorn, Prentiss, and Tishomingo County. So folks heading home from school will need to be paying attention to the forecast because we don't want to get out in this, even if it is a severe thunderstorm warning, which often a lot of folks just kind of shove off to the side compared to a tornado warning. It's still something we need to take seriously and not get out in the middle middle of because that hail can be damaging. It can knock over some high-profile vehicles with those strong wind gusts, and it's just not something you want to be in the middle of. Trust me, I'd experienced this past Friday, and it was not a good experience at that. 3 p.m., even out there towards Lamar County, getting some of that isolated activity, trying to develop there towards northwest Alabama. That's on the leading edge of this front and continuing to initiate all the way there into northern Alabama around the Huntsville region. So 4 p.m., we're starting to get that front moving further into North Mississippi, bringing some more chances at those strong storms to develop. Again, a lot of that activity we just tracked, more isolated in nature and out ahead, some prefrontal cells. This is going to be that main batch that we're watching right along that front as we get into that 7 o'clock hour. High temperatures, 84 degrees in Houston, 85 Amory, 78 in Booneville and Corinth. So with that moisture lingering through the day, we're not going to get too high on those temperatures. We're actually, the warmest will be all week long right now during our Tuesday evening. So severe weather risk on your Wednesday, there's that level 1 threat encompassing the entirety of North Mississippi and a large portion at that all the way down to southern Mississippi and well up north into Ohio and Indiana. So as we get into that Wednesday evening forecast, we do see some of those chances stick around for some stronger storms. I don't know if this severe weather threat has completely ended. I would say no, because even by 10 p.m. you see some of that development right along the front looking like it's strengthening as well. That threat really pushing off east there into northwest Alabama by Thursday morning. So seeing much drier conditions prevail for our Thursday. Now we could see some scattered showers and storms that linger in the area by the afternoon, but not expecting any severe weather with these. The severe weather will primarily be along that front. This will just be additional moisture, which we so desperately need here in North Mississippi. And as we get that drought monitor out Thursday, I can't imagine a better time for those showers to come, and we will soak up every drop it has before it really dries up towards this weekend. Already seeing those winds shift more from the north. That's a sign of that drier air to come as it moves more of that continental air in. So high temperatures for Thursday, even with it being a drier forecast, only reaching the low to mid 80s with a few places not even getting above the upper 70s. I know Booneville, 79 degrees. My wife is happy to see that as she gets into her Thursday. But that severe weather risk for our Thursday, again, primarily along that frontal boundary, and that's going to be towards southern Alabama, southeast Mississippi, and well into Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina, far away from us here in North Mississippi. So our main severe weather threat is overnight and into our Wednesday. Thursday, 30% chances. Friday, 20%. I do want to emphasize Friday's rain chances primarily towards the morning, so not going to impact our Friday forecast for our football games. And speaking of that, and I know Matt will speak on this here in a few more moments, a little bit about the vote. The vote is out right now. We have 3 games that we're going to, and it's up to you to decide where we go. And that vote ends at 10 p.m. this evening. You can go to Matt's Facebook page, and he'll have the latest votes on that, the latest tally. And trust me, we've seen it the past 2 weeks, and we're seeing it again this week. Every vote counts. Your vote could be the deciding factor, so you need to make sure to submit it before 10 p.m. this evening. Now this weekend, your college football forecasts look dry and beautiful and should be a cooler forecast. 59 degrees to start your Saturday, 60 there for Sunday, warming up towards the afternoon around our seasonable average, 85 degrees, but with some isolated chances towards early next week. So we will continue to track this severe weather potential heading into our Tuesday night and Wednesday, coming up on Mississippi Live Weather at 6. So make sure to tune in, but we're not done with the Pink Ladies and Pearls. We're going to track that here more on the event coming up on Mississippi Live Weather at 6 with Miss Lisa and our Chief Meteorologist, Matt Lobhan. You can, of course, tune into that live stream using the, I clicked off of it. Bear with me one moment. You can, of course, tune into that using the Mississippi Live Weather app that is free and available on iOS and Android today, and you can download it on your streaming service. I believe we have Apple TV and Roku right now. Make sure to search Mississippi Live and download that app today, and you'll be able to have a bigger screen for it. But we thank you guys for joining us, and just a big shout out to Pink Ladies and Pearls. I want you guys to make sure to get your tickets to go over there and enjoy a fantastic event for a fantastic cause, and together we can kiss cancer goodbye. Our next broadcast happening at Mississippi Live Weather at 6 and at 10, and make sure to tune in because that'll have the latest timing and possibly tracking a few thunderstorms there by the 10 o'clock hour. And your morning forecast heading into your Wednesday going to be essential with meteorologist Maggie McCauley giving you the latest on that Wednesday severe weather potential and tracking out a few storms along with it. We can't wait to see you guys here in about a half hour, so have a great evening until then, and we'll see you back here shortly.